The Night the Wind Took Everything. A hurricane survival story. The sun had barely set when the first warning sirens echoed across the small coastal town of Seabrook, Florida. Inside a modest two-story house, the Martinez family, Daniel, his wife Clara, and their two children, 9-year-old Leo and 5-year-old Sophia, were finishing dinner when the emergency alert buzzed from Daniel's phone. Hurricane Category 4. Immediate danger. Seek shelter now. Clara's hands trembled as she grabbed the children. Daniel forced a calm tone, though fear tightened every muscle in his body. Kids, backpacks, shoes, now. We're going downstairs. Outside, the wind had already begun to scream, like a train approaching from a distance. The storm arrives. They locked themselves in the small windowless laundry room on the first floor, the safest place in the house. Daniel pushed a mattress against the wall to shield them from flying debris. As the hurricane grew stronger, the entire house seemed to tremble. Rain hammered the walls with a violence none of them had ever heard before. A loud crash shook the floor. "What was that?" Leo whispered, tears filling his eyes. "The backyard fence," Daniel said, though he wasn't sure. Then came another sound, a deep, thunderous roar, like the earth itself was tearing apart. Clara squeezed her daughter tightly. "Please, just hold on," she whispered. When the roof began to lift, minutes felt like hours. Suddenly, the ceiling above them made a cracking sound. Daniel looked up in horror. "The roof," he murmured. "Clara, get down, cover the kids." The force of the wind ripped shingles off. Wood splintered. A piece of the upper structure tore away, the noise drowning their cries. The children were shaking uncontrollably. Daniel wrapped his arms around all three of them, shielding them as best he could. The hurricane was now directly over them, relentless, monstrous. A moment of silence, the eye. And then, silence. No wind, no rain, only heavy breathing and the dripping of broken pipes. "What's happening?" Sophia asked. Daniel swallowed. "It's the eye of the storm," he said. "We're not safe yet." That was the most terrifying part, knowing the second half would be worse. The final impact. The winds returned like a tidal wave. This time from the opposite direction. A window from another room exploded inward. Glass shattered. Objects slammed against walls. The house groaned like a wounded animal. Clara held the children against the wall while Daniel held the mattress in front of them to block falling debris. "Please stay with me," he thought. "Just let us get through this." After the storm by dawn, the winds had faded. The door to the laundry room was jammed from debris, but Daniel pushed it open with his shoulder. What they saw outside was unrecognizable. Trees torn from the ground, cars flipped, power lines tangled like spaghetti. Half their house was simply gone. Clara covered her mouth, tears spilling over. "Our home," she whispered. Leo held Daniel's hand tightly. "Are we going to be okay, Dad?" Daniel knelt down, looked into his son's frightened eyes, and pulled him close. "We lost things," he said softly, "but not each other. And that means we can start again." They stood together, 4 silhouettes surrounded by devastation, yet still holding on to hope. Because survival, they realized, isn't just about making it through the storm. It's about what comes after, rebuilding, healing, and believing that tomorrow can be better.